Here's a quick tutorial on how to use Blackboard Collaborate. So once you click the link on the email, using a Chrome browser, you will get this screen. So the first thing you want to do is type in your name and click Join Session. Once you do that, you get this screen. So towards the left, you can see the 3 white lines or bars. Once you click that, you can see the option of using your phone for audio. You can do this if you're having any issues with your microphone. You just click that option and then it tells you the dial-in phone number and also the PIN number that you need to click. And towards the bottom of the screen, you can see your profile, and once you click it, it tells you your status and also your options of agree and disagree. And this is something that the participants can use if you guys are asking a question or not. And once they click an option, you can see it in the attendance queue, which I will be showing afterwards. And the next option is this is what you use it on and turn off your mic. So if you were to turn on your mic, you can see that it is green and that there's a white bar inside the microphone moving up and down indicating that you're talking. And the next option is your share video. When you click on this, it will show your video. And this right here is called the raise hand function, and this is usually used when someone has a question, and if someone were to click it, you can see that it says 1 here, so you know that one person has their hand raised. And not only that, there would be an option around, there would be a pop-up icon around this area showing that someone has raised their hands, and that's when you know someone has a question. When you click the purple icon over here, the control panel, it expands and this shows you the chat box. And when you click the everyone chat box, you can see what is going on in the chat. And when someone types something in, you can see it just pops up. And when it pops up, usually it makes a sound. And since I'm the only one inside the group, I necessarily will not hear the sound. And you can also use emojis and icons and stuff. The next thing over here is the attendees list. So when you click this, it shows everyone that is in attendance for the program. And this is where you can see the thing I was talking about earlier, the agree and disagree. If I were to click agree, you can see that right next to my name there is a green check mark, meaning that I agree. And if I were to click disagree, you can see that it's red. And this is just for, let's say you're asking a question or something. If you want to get their feedback, that's something you can use, and you can just check the attendance queue list over here, and you can see what the students have to say. The next tab is the Share Content tab. Over here is where you can do like a whiteboard, share your screen, camera, and files. What we'll be doing for this program would be share files. So once I get the PowerPoint from everyone, I will be uploading it individually onto the session, and then depending on who is next in line to speak, I'll be clicking on the presentation and share now and choosing the slide, and this is how the screen is going to look for everyone. And then whoever is presenting, they can move on their slides by just clicking this arrow key over here. As you can see, it's moved on to the next slide. And this is just an easy way to transition between presentations. And another option is polling. This is if you were to ask a polling question, you just need to choose what kind of question it is. It's a yes or no question, and you can just say, ask a question like, are you awake? And it's going to be a yes or no question. When you click start, you can see the question shows up over here, and then the students will have the same option and they can choose yes or no. And then once you give them an adequate amount of time to answer the question, you can click the square to end the poll, and it shows you the results right after usually. The next thing I want to show is the breakout group. So this is how we'll be doing our Q&A session. So I'll be setting this up. Once I set up the amount of groups, I'll be clicking start, and we'll be initiating the breakout groups. And as you can see, right now I'm in the main room, and all the students will be moving into their groups. I'll be assigning each student their particular group, and what I have you guys do is move between the groups, and everyone will have their starting position. So let's say you need to be in group 1, you would go and click this option, this green arrow, and just left click that box, and it would take you into group 1. And once in group 1, you can interact with those students, and once that session is over, you guys can move on to the next group, and you just do it as we did before. We'll be clicking the green arrow, and this will be taking you into the next group. And each group has their own chat box. As you can see over here, there's one for the whole session, and there's one for group 2. And the next tab over is the settings tab, and in the settings tab, you can again set up your phone if you want to use that as your microphone, and you can also play around with their speaker volume settings. If you guys have any questions, please let me know.